Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. Hope everybody's doing well out there today. About 2 days ago, I was in my local Goodwill here in Portland, Maine, and as I'm walking over the records, some guy approaches me and goes, "Aren't you that cheap and cheerful guy?" I said, "Yes, I happen to be." So we start talking, and turns out he's a record collector like we all are, and conversation went around to records, obviously, and he said he had a couple of boxes of records he had decided to get rid of. And I said, "Oh, I'd definitely be interested." So I went over there today. I didn't think anything would happen, but it turns out his prices are really reasonable and a lot of jazz albums and stuff I wanted. So we made a nice deal and I got some good stuff. First one I got is Bird at the Gate, the Charlie Bird Trio and Guess at the Village Gate. This is an original from 1963 on the Riverside label. Oh, interesting on this Riverside, this is a cutout. And if you look closely, you see right there is a hole in the record. So what they did early on for the cutouts, instead of cutting out a corner of the jacket itself or putting a slash in the jacket, they used to drill a hole right into the record. So that's sort of cool. Really nice condition. Recorded May 9th and 10th, 1963 at the Village Gate, along with Clark Terry on trumpet and Selden Powell on sax. So yeah, not really nice. Bird at the Gate. Next one is another jazz saxophone player, and this is Art Pepper, and this is his album One September Afternoon on the Galaxy label. And this includes Stanley Cowell on piano, Howard Robert on guitar, Cecil McBee on bass, and Carl Burnett on drums. And it's a gold stamp promo, even though the record is not a white label promo, regular on Galaxy Records. So yeah, looking into digging into that one also. Next one I bought, turns out I already had it, but a totally different label. A cover, I mean, so I didn't remember that I had it. And it's Bud Powell, A Portrait of Thelonious Monk. And this is the one I bought today. And it's on the Columbia Special Products, which I think is their less expensive label, but it's so freaking clean. Cleaner than mine. So that's that. Bud Powell, great piano player. Learned a lot and played a lot with Monk. And the one I had, which is also a repress, but an earlier repress, looks like this. So how would I know that this is the same record? I didn't. Portrait of Thelonious with Kenny Clark, etc. Yeah, so it's exactly the same record. So I think the new one is cleaner than my original. So that's fine. Next one is a total blind buy. Never heard of the guy, but it looked interesting and the price is right. And it's a guy named Charlie King. And his album called Somebody's Story. A little screwed up on the label there. The cover's all messed up a little bit, but the record's nice and clean. Vocals and 6-string acoustic guitar. A bunch of other people, harmonica, viola, electric bass, acoustic bass. So no idea what this is, but it looked interesting and the price is right. Next one is one I had and got rid of because it was so scratched up, and I've been looking for a nice clean copy, so I'm real happy to get this. And it's Gil Scott-Heron along with Brian Jackson, From South Africa to South Carolina. This is a later repress from the 80s. I've never seen this label before, which is sort of cool. Thought I'd show it. And it's TVT Classics. So I love this record. I had an original, which was a gatefold, but it was so scratched up. I remember trying to listen to it a couple of months ago, and I said, I can't listen to it. So I got rid of it, saying someday I'll find a nice clean copy. Well, that someday is today. So I got that, which is really cool. And then I got another Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson. This is Midnight Band, also a later repress, but again, nice gatefold, cleaner than my copy. And it's on the Arista rainbow label, sort of the sun-setting label. Definitely an upgrade from the one I have. So, big Gil Scott-Heron fan. So that was cool. Another one is another blind buy. I love my blind buys. Country music. This is called Down on Ashby's Farm. Fine Old Fiddle Tunes, as played by John Ashby and a bunch of other people. So don't know this record, but again, it looks like bluegrass country music, which I love, on County Records out of New York. Nice funky label. Again, know nothing about them, but again, for the price, I couldn't say no. And I love to find something, interesting, things I don't know, blind buys, and things I think will be right up my alley, and I think this will be right up my alley there. Down on Ashby's Farm. No date on it. 1974. There you go, 1974. Next one is one I grabbed. I couldn't resist. I'm a big fan of this guy. I have a number of his albums, so I'm glad to add one more to the collection, and it's Norman Blake. And this is with the Rising Fawn String Ensemble, and it's the album Original Underground Music from the Mysterious South. Norman Blake on guitar, mandolin, 8-string tenor banjo, and mandocello, whatever that is. And Nancy Blake, his wife, on cello and mandolin, along with other people. And it's on the Rounder Train label. If I don't drop it, that'd be better. There we go. So on Rounder, and every time I see a thing with Norman Blake, I gotta grab it. Really enjoy his playing. If I can get this in here. And then I got two more sort of different things. This is a compilation from Stash Records called Reefer Songs, 16 original jazz vocals. Contains songs like Reefer Man, Here Comes the Man with a Jive, If You're a Viper, Texas Tea Party, Jack I'm Mellow, Sweet Marijuana Brown, Hoop at the Benzodrine and Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine. All the Jive is Gone, the G-Man Got Thy Teeth and T-Man, Weed Smoker's Dream, Viper Mad, on Stash Records. I've known about this for a while, so been looking forward to it. This is all in mono, and it says in the back, Stash Records are playable on both stereo and mono equipment. No pseudo or electronic rechanneling has been added. So that's really nice to know. And they have bands, I have Cab Calloway, which I know, Stuff Smith, Bob Howard and his boys, Benny Goodman, Barney Bigard, Sextet, Clarence Williams and his orchestra. So it should be fun. Looking forward to that. Might have to have some edibles before I do that. And the last one I got today is a blues album, When Women Sang the Blues, a nice compilation. And this is on Blues Classic Records. And again, people I really don't know, Lillian Glynn, Bobby Cadillac, Emma Wright, Chippy Hill sounds familiar, Bessie Tucker, Bessie Jackson, Georgia White, Memphis Minnie, the only one I really know. 1976, originally on R. Hooley Records, and it's on a mono also on Blues Classic. So that's what I picked up today, and I think we're going to make a deal. He had 2 crates of jazz albums that he wants to get rid of, and I think he's going to give me a deal on price-wise, so I may just buy everything he's got there. He had a nice collection of records there. A lot of stuff he's not interested in getting rid of, but that's cool. All right, so turned out to be a better day than I expected. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, peace.